Hi there, today we're going to take a look at how to improve the print quality on your Brother MFC-J4340DW. Now this is nice and simple, been done from the printer itself using nothing but the control panel you can see here. So to get started, we're going to press Settings, and then OK to go into General Setup, OK to go into Maintenance, and then OK to go into Improve Print Quality. Now here we have three separate options, all slightly more controlled and specific than the traditional kind of clean printhead option, which you can also get on your printer. This is more for kind of fine-tuning the look of your prints when something's not quite right. We're going to be concentrating mostly on the top two options here. The top one is for a more traditional print quality issue, like missing lines, even a specific missing color. I would recommend going into this section of your printer, or if colors even just don't look quite right. The second option we have here is for alignment, which is for kind of fuzzy looking prints, or if you notice your characters are slightly misaligned, something along those lines. I'll break these down into the two different sections. We're going to largely ignore the bottom one, the correct paper feed, which is a more specific issue. And when you go through it, it asks you questions about how these are gone, so it's kind of hard to cover in a video. So let's get going on the improved print quality for white lines section. If you want to jump around, I'll make sure there are time codes down below. Okay, so we'll press OK to go into that, and then we just press right so your printer can spit out a quick test page for us to examine. Now, we take a look at the pattern here, and as it's shown on screen, you should have a quite uniform series of dots and lines in the four colors your printer uses. Mine is looking pretty primo, but you're looking for an absence of any of these lines. As you can see, it's like a regular pattern in all four of these colors, so it should be very easy to detect when you do have an issue. What I have also had with these machines from time to time is slight contamination, weirdly. I had it just before filming with the yellow. There's a little bit of cyan in there. So keep a lookout for bits like that as well, because you can use this very same section for troubleshooting it, even though according to the screen, this is for white lines on your page. It's more versatile than that. So we're going to fib a little bit and tell the printer that there are some issues, even though it's looking fine. And unlike the normal clean, your printer breaks this down into the four different colors immediately, rather than focusing on black or color generally. And as you can see, it's asking for how severe the issue is here. So looking fine, light issues to more severe on the right hand side here. And what your printer's doing is ascertaining how hard it needs to go on the cleaning. So obviously if you've only got a couple dots, it's going to need a much tougher clean, but that in turn will use more ink from within the printer. So be honest, you don't want to just go hemorrhaging a whole load of ink just for the sake of knowing you've had a more severe clean, unless you have a nasty issue there. So I'm going to say it was okay on the magenta, okay on the cyan. I say I have had light issues with the yellow before, so I'll indicate that again, because if there's going to be an issue with any color, it's going to be that. And I'm doing that just to show you what happens then. Once your printer has a good idea of what it's going to need to do, press right, and you'll start hearing lots of buzzing and whirring from your printer. What it's doing is pushing fresh ink through the printer's printhead to dislodge anything that could be dried and giving you print quality issues. Because if there's like a small bit of dried ink on the printhead, it's going to leave a line as the printhead passes over your page. And if you give it just a minute, with the clean complete, your printer is asking permission to do another one of those pages we had a minute ago. So just press right again, give it a second. And with that page finished, we can check the result of our clean. Now obviously, I kind of knew I was going to get a good looking page there, but you'll be looking for an improvement in whatever issue you had. And from here, if needs be, you can keep doing cleans and checking the quality of your prints until you see the issue is resolved. Now, we'll quickly get ourselves back to where we were before, so we can take a look at the alignment section of the improved quality function of your printer. Now, as I mentioned, this is for like fuzzy prints or bits that are, well, misaligned. It's quite nicely indicated here with this A And that's what you'd be typically looking at. But if you've got photos or similar, you might see like a hazing of a particular color around the outside, like a line of magenta or cyan or something where it shouldn't be. So to get ourselves going, we're going to press the right arrow. Now, as this is a slightly less commonly needed function of your printer, it's making sure we've done the print quality section, which I just covered. And if you've jumped straight to this portion of the video, it's genuinely worthwhile doing, because most print quality issues will just be a bit of dried ink rather than a misalignment within the printer, so certainly worth doing. So we're going to indicate yes, go and do the auto option, press right to start. And with the page printed, won't mean much to you, but your printer will know exactly what we're looking for. So we lift up the top of this scanner, pop the paperwork in, then let the printer know that it's good to check it. Press down, then right to indicate OK. And your printer will scan the page and make sure it's entirely happy with what it's produced. Now, I stuck to the auto alignment, as that will be more than enough in most cases. If, however, you want to take a look at the manual one, let's just get ourselves there quickly. So we press left rather than right at this point. Press right to get ourselves started. And when it's done, let's take a quick look at the page. Now, this is quite similar to alignment pages produced by other manufacturers. What it's doing is just giving us a whole series of examples using the printhead in a slightly different position, looking for the best result. So, if we're looking at the screen, it's asking for the best result from the section titled A, running from 1 to 9. So let's look at that point on the sheet. As you can see, this is section A. And we're just checking to see which of these blocks has the most perfect looking print. I appreciate this might be quite difficult to see on camera, but in the flesh, I can confidently say we are looking at 5, which is dead center, because to be honest, this machine is aligned correctly. And then you just run through each section. So let's go back to B. As you can see, it's like a tiny line central at the bottom of 6. There's much more noticeable lines at 4. 5 is looking okay. Now for C, I'd say we're looking at 4 there. So just use the left and right arrows, select 4, and just carry on working through it, to be honest. There are colour blocks. As we can see now, we've got to D. Again, that's 5. We'll just work our way through F, G, H, I, and J, which are all looking fine for me. And you are done. Now, as I said earlier, we do kind of have the paper feed option, but your printer talks yourself through that nicely, and it's kind of dependent upon how the results of the last 2 bits are done. Like the jump from the missing lines at the first option to the alignment on the second, this is like a more involved process and something you don't want to mess around with unless you absolutely have to. So I hope you'll forgive me for not taking you through every step of that, but the machine does a decent job. Now I hope you found this video useful. If you have, let me know with a like. If you've got anything to add, drop it down in those comments. Otherwise, take care and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.